Woohoo. Okay. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. It looks good. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're here with Ronin Sato. And are you excited to be fighting in the Armored League?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. So you've been fighting for a while now. What would you
Yes.
say your most martial arts influences in your life? What's the most martial arts style that you use? And who do you like to watch as far as just martial arts in general?
Hmm. The martial arts that influenced this the most is probably mixed martial arts.
Hmm.
Um, the one I like to watch, it's interesting. I'm not as much, oh shoot, what happened? I'm not as much of a fan. I have not, I pick up here and there different things, but I have not chosen to be specific. I used to like the spider. Um, I like watching Mamachita. There's a lot of different guys, but I haven't kept track of very uh, closely of all the fighters going on right now in UFC, for example.
Okay. Does anyone, any of the styles that you have done throughout your life, though, what's influenced you in your fighting styles, would you say?
Mixed martial arts, the
Yeah.
nature of it. Yeah.
Anything particular? Anything you like about it?
The Muay Thai, the standing point Muay Thai and the ground of Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay, okay.
So combined in MMA. Yeah.
Now, in general, all throughout just your fighting career, who has influenced you most in your armored combat journey?
Hmm. That's, that's an interesting question. It's first time.
Hmm.
I've watched Johnny Potter do a good job. I've watched Matthew Credigan. I fought him my first one of my first few pro fight. He's really good
Hmm.
too. Um, yeah.
Has there been anybody else like that you've trained with specifically, or people that have really helped you through just some things that you're trying to learn? But you've led most of the time a lot of the groups that you've fought with.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
Provat itself, I've trained mostly with my own guys. Um, I could say that during this last KFL that Alex Kumar-Das helped me a lot in the corner as a cornerman. Give me
Mhm.
some good suggestions. That really helped. That was pretty strong. But beside that, I've usually fought my own guys pretty much, except the tournaments.
Gotcha. That's cool. That's cool. That also leads to another question. Who do you think your most difficult opponent has been so far?
Hmm. Um, but as of right now, I'd say Taylor Jones.
Taylor
Because he
Jones,
just
yeah.
beat me twice, and it's the punch shield that was a real problem for me, primarily.
Hmm.
The rest was fine. He was good at defending, and his punch shield was really getting through. And I would say I made a mistake with him. I fought with my dual helmet, my 7 pounder, and I paid the price. He rocked me. I could still fight, but it rocked me, so it stopped me in my sequence. When you get
Mm.
rocked in the face with a punch shield that's this long, longer than your hand.
Hmm.
The first time in my life I got somebody outreaching me, because I'm 6'4", and then with that
Hmm.
punch, about outreach me, and I couldn't touch me, he was touching me, and that's not right. That was weird.
Yeah.
And I got rocked backward like at least 12 times in that first fight in MMA, and that was
Hmm.
new for me. That was brand new.
Yeah,
So
I remember the
I had
fight.
to
That was
work
a good
around
fight.
it, and he was able to take me down 3 times on top of that,
Hmm.
and that was definitely the hardest one.
That was a good fight. And I remember also your guys' Arnold fight. That was really good too.
That was a lot closer.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's see. Who do you think in this tournament will you fight in the finals? Because you have a lot of good fighters in this one. You got Johnny Porter again, you have Isaac, you have Sam, and many others.
The one that I know the most of is Johnny Porter, so I expect it
Mhm.
would be him. That's what I know more. There's some of the guys I don't even know.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, no, that's super cool. I think you're gonna have some interesting competition. I think it'll be really cool to see you fight Isaac again, or it's not again, but I want to see you fight Isaac, so
I
that'd be
did find him
fun.
before. Yeah, I beat him
Yeah,
in Wolverine too. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm wondering if he's been training up and how that's gonna go. So that should be really interesting. And of course, Johnny Porter's just gonna be hard. Johnny Porter's just a good fight.
Yes. He's pretty technical. He knows what he's doing. He has also variety too. He
Yeah,
can't
he
keep
does.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, and like we were talking about before we got in the interview, you were saying last time when I fought a different way, and you got to change it up because that's what fighters need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are some of your career goals in the sport?
Hmm. Um, Used to be to represent the US at international. That
Hmm.
might still be there. Also to grow the sport. So to be in, the top five in pro fight is good enough for me at this point in time. So I can keep it going because you never can stay on top the whole time. You kind of know that. You lose one here, you keep going. I like what Sam just told me. He just like to fight. Whether you win or lose, he just likes to keep going. Because you put a lot of pressure on yourself to win every time, but this
Hmm.
life, things
Yeah.
happen. Everybody gets a chance. It's what's fun also about it. And when you lose, you learn. You learn new things that makes you adjust, readjust, rethink your technique. And you never learn as much when you lose because you really have to think about it when you lose. What the heck are you going to do different? Even losing I think I lost my first round in the KFL. My first long sword round I lost, and my first profile round I lost. So it's like, whoa, what do we do? And that's the way to go. If you can't adjust, you're done. You have to adjust. You have to figure this out. That's
Yeah.
how far you do it.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
figure this out and you try something else, and then sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Depends, you know. But you
It's
gotta try
true.
something.
It's true. You really, really have to, otherwise you get stagnate, and you can't stagnate
Mhm.
in especially the fight field.
Yeah, even in
So
one fight, day to
yeah.
day, fight to fight, round to round, you have to draw. Sometimes I also, you've seen me before. I've changed weapon during.
Hmm.
I don't do it too often, but I do it sometimes.
You do. You do.
Like this one, I had a plan to change weapon, but I got cut last minute, so I couldn't change.
Oh no, that
I
hampers
had a
your
plan to
plan
do it.
set.
I've been working on a plan to go. I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go punch shield and saber first round,
Oh,
and then switch to buckler and falchion. But I ended up
gotcha,
going
gotcha.
buckler falchion because my stuff wasn't around. I was like I was scrambling to get in
Oh,
the ring.
exactly.
Something
No,
happened
that
to
can be
Golden Ring
different.
3. Golden Ring 3, I was supposed to go in with a dual sword,
Hmm.
and the lanyard fell out, and they were waiting for me
Oh.
to get started. Golden Ring 3.
Hmm.
So the hell with that. I grabbed my profile sword, my heavy profile sword, and I fought with
Hmm.
that. I've used it before, but it was not my plan.
And that's how it goes sometimes.
And I worked out. They worked out, but it wasn't my plan because it's heavier. The profile
It
sword is way
is.
heavier.
And then, so that's what helps you. What do you say helps prepare you for fights then all the time? Is it that kind of thing, just being prepared?
Um, they're Unfortunately, the LA Golden Knights, we only get to train once a week as a team
Mhm.
because we're so spread out in LA in traffic. And I think we're not the only club that struggles with that, but for sure there's an issue for us. So I do train a lot on my own and sometimes cross training, like bag work or lifting or pushing sleds and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
sparring itself is only once a week. So
Gotcha.
I think a lot of it is my background. I fall
Hmm.
back on the kicking and punching from Muay Thai, from MMA. And because I don't have a choice, it's not
True.
available to. It's possible to train twice a week to get guys
Hmm.
to my house, for example, for the second time, but it hasn't been consistent at all. It's been difficulty, and I think that we have to find a way to train more often. We may have to have satellites during the week, like you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Like, we can't have one school a weekend, but out in LA, I don't know other cities, we just can't drive, to get to one location when we're spread out like 2 hours east, 1.5 hour north,
Yeah,
45 west. I mean, it's like it's
it's a
so
lot.
and LA
It's a lot.
traffic on top of that. So
No, LA traffic and LA parking. I being out of state, I'm just like, this is horrible. This is hard. So who would you say though has been your biggest supporter throughout your career?
biggest supporter to my career.
Yeah, I know it's a hard one.
Don't think I had one really, to tell the truth.
Oh.
I had good instructors,
Hmm.
but I don't. Maybe Jay. Jay might be the best supporter so far at this point in time, I suppose. He's given me
Nice.
a couple of things. He loaned me armor when I started.
Hmm.
Um, he supported me to become the team captain, so I guess that's big support right there.
Hmm.
And been team captain for like a year and a half now. And
Nice.
I like to coach, so that's not an issue. Transferring knowledge is what I love to do. If I ever stop to fight, I'll keep coaching.
Hmm.
It's something I would do without money, because that's what I like.
There you
Um,
go.
yeah.
That's cool. That's a good one. All right, that's pretty much all we got. But I'm gonna have you go through some stats. I'm just gonna give you like ask you a question about the stats and just give me that, and we'll go through that so they have all the footage for that, and then we'll be it done. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So give say your name, your fighting. All your fighting names the same. Just say your name and age first one. Like so. Introduce yourself. Just say it. I don't have to ask you a question on
Okay.
my own.
My name is I did get knighted in Prague, so it could be sir if you want, but it's Ronin Sato. I'm turning 53 on February 1st, the day before the event. Just about, I
Nice.
think. Been training since I was 49 in this, but since 1990 in martial arts.
Okay.
I have a gymnastic background, that's why I can do those flips.
Hmm. Nice.
8 years comparatively.
Wow.
And what else?
What's your city, state, and county? Or it's this country. But you know that.
Okay.
Yeah, so just say your city,
Yeah.
state, and country.
So right now I live in Torrance, California for 15 years.
Hmm.
I'm originally from Quebec City, Canada. So yeah,
Nice, nice.
that's where
Okay.
my accent is
Then
from, French Canadian. And my dad
I
is
was
Japanese.
oh really? I was always curious. I'm glad I get to know that question now. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What's your height and your average weight?
I'm close to 6'4", so I go by 6'4", so to argue with people. And my average weight varies a lot. It varies from 190 to 198. It
Gotcha.
varies a lot.
Okay. Okay. Um, how much does your armor weigh for you? What's your armor weight?
My melee armor was about 75,
Hmm.
and my pro fight armor right now is about, with my heavier helmet, 62.
Nice. 20 pound difference. People don't really understand the differences for different kits. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's
My
go.
dual med's even less than that, but I don't want to take a chance anymore.
No, 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 no. All right, what's
Not
your
worth
gym
it for
name? Oh,
concussions and stuff.
yeah, that could be crazy. All right, what's your gym name and your notable role? Like, what position are you on your team?
So the gym is Los Angeles Golden Knights, and the
Mhm.
team captain.
Nice.
So I'm responsible for teaching all the Saturday classes,
How long have you been team captain?
about a year and a half.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. How many years of combat experience and how many
Actually,
years
more, 2 years actually, almost 2 years. Combat experience, so martial arts since 1990, with on and off because I lived in 5 states in one province. So by
Mhm.
changing, you have to change the schools. Sometimes you change sport too for a while. So I wasn't doing martial art the entire time. Had a back injury
Mhm.
for a while too.
Mhm.
So I really started martial art in 1990. It was full contact. It was called Chinese boxing in Quebec City.
Mhm.
And I've taken different classes in different states.
Oh, God. All right. What would you say your most notable accomplishments are in the sport?
Um, I I can I got the long sword silver in Libusin, close to Prague, Czech
Mhm.
Republic.
Mhm.
I felt I performed well that day. Maybe I've been lucky. I was hitting pretty hard. But I definitely fought people with much more experience than I did, with better
Mhm.
styles and more experience. But I punched through, I guess. Um,
Mhm.
Even Sunday, Sam. I don't know his last name. You know his last name? I think you do.
He goes by Samurai. Samurai.
Samurai.
Hmm.
So Sam is a well-known national level champion,
Hmm.
and so I pushed through again, and I
Hmm.
managed to beat him by just, I guess, sheer will and using my size, I think my height and the
Hmm.
strength, and maybe the footwork some.
Nice.
But skill-wise, there's no doubt he has more sword skill than I do.
Gotcha.
That's not questionable.
That's how it goes sometimes. And then last thing to say, what's your background, education, or what, like fields if you have any higher level
Oh, one
education?
more thing. Sorry about that.
Sure, you're fine.
Also, a fight with Ringo was a very good fight. That was
Hmm.
for pro fight. That's probably my best one, I would say, for pro fight.
Nice. What would you say? So what do you do for a living now? And what's your education background?
Okay, so I have a bachelor's degree in occupational therapy from McGill, Montreal. Now it's a grandfather in has a master level, and basically I do occupational therapy, home health, self-employed, and I do different contracts. And I work like I would say a 60% schedule, so I'm not
Mhm.
full-time because I'm
Mhm.
self-employed. So I've McGill more by the hour, and I have more time to work with my son and my training.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah,
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. Sorry it took a little bit to get things set up, but I
no
can't
problem.
wait to see you in February and see how the tournament goes.
So it's in downtown New York. Where is it?
Yes, it's in downtown New York. I don't know the exact address off the top of my head. I have that in the front run, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So you've never been there.